Man, what an amazing Sunday it is. This is the last Sunday that we're going to be in the life of David. Do you guys remember these charts? Man, it's like we're looking back right now. This was the area of the world that David was in that we studied. He was first king of Judah, and then he was king of all of Israel. And this is his timeline. We are way down here, guys. He's about 70 years old now. That's when he died. He's been reigning for about 40 years. And he's not dead yet. We got one more. Let's do it. So we've seen David go from shepherd to anointed, from anointed to the king's champion, from the king's champion to hated by the king, from hated by the king to the king of Judah. That's the orange part on our map. From the king of Judah to the king of all Israel. Huge part of the map right there. And then while David was king during this series, we saw good David, we saw bad David, we saw courageous, devastated, faithful, sinful, and blinded, and we also saw loving David. But today, to wrap the series up, we've got one of the most exciting versions of David there is. We get wise old man David. You guys know what I'm talking about? Maybe he looked like something like this. You know, wise old man David. That's what I'm talking about. Have you ever thought, when you look about like this, what you would say to the next generation? What are you going to pass down? What would be a thought that you would say to the next generation? I actually found some online, and you could probably finish the sentence of the first two. Don't sweat the little stuff, things, yeah. What about enjoy today because life will flash by in the blink of an eye? Yes, absolutely. And then there was some really kind of like humorous ones. Some of our elderly people have a sense of humor. One of them said, here's what I want to tell to the next generation. You will know that you're getting older when a recliner and a heating pad is your idea of a hot date. And then there was an elderly gentleman, probably this guy right here, that wanted to pass down dating advice to the younger generation. He said, young men, if women don't find you handsome, they better find you handy. And then there was a couple of more serious ones, guys. Say yes to new opportunities. They're more likely, you're more likely to regret a no than you are a yes. Don't waste time because life is short. And then even Steve Harvey interviewed a couple that was married for 82 years and were over 100 years old. You might have to turn this up, Jay. Let's see if they can hear it.
You 103 years old?
Yeah.
And you 100? That's son. You got to be the prettiest 100-year-old. They've been married 82 years. So now, Miss Willie, you said that the secret to a happy marriage is being nice to each other.
Yeah.
Any other advice you have?
Just sit down and talk things over.
Talk things over.
Oh yeah, and get a good understanding of what you're doing and where you're going.
You
Isn't that amazing, guys? Yes. Just get a good understanding of where you're going. This is how humanity builds a better future. You guys know this. I'm not preaching anything new to you right now. This is actually our goal as parents, right? To help our kids do it better than we did. Where's Alan King? Did y'all live down Jump Off Road, right? I remember when I was about 16, 17 years old, my buddies like, you want to race down Jump Off Road? And when my V8 Ford Explorer hit about 120, 130, I thought the doors were going to just fly off. And I thought to myself, if he touches my back fender, because y'all know I was winning, when he touches my back fender, I'm dead. Well, I want to pass better wisdom on to Duke than that. You know, I want him to have the wisdom of the Lord, not the wisdom of a body cast. We're going to get some wisdom of the Lord in our families. That's what we want. So just like our elderly people that we just saw, and just like me wanting Duke to do it better than me, David is going to pass down his final thoughts to you today. He's going to pass down his old man wisdom to you today. And maybe more importantly, I would say definitely more importantly, the Holy Spirit wanted you to have David's final words, because he put it in what we call today chapter 23 of 2 Samuel. And if the Holy Spirit wants you to have it, it's probably really important to have. So here's what I want you to do, guys. I want you to imagine that you are taking down David's final words. I want you to imagine you're beside his bed. Now, I want to be clear, this is not his deathbed. He's just resting from a day. He's a little bit older now. I want you to imagine that the windows are open. The wind is coming in the room, so it's a nice, cool afternoon. I want you to imagine that you just took your pen and you dipped it in the ink and you wrote a quick intro. Let's read verse 1 together. This is your quick intro to writing down David's last words. These are the last words of David, the inspired utterance of David, son of Jesse, the utterance of the man exalted by the Most High, the man anointed by the God of Jacob, the hero of Israel's songs. So you wrote your quick intro, and man, you did a great job with that, church. You write your quick intro, and then you lean into David, and you say, David, what was the most important thing in your life that I can make the most important in mine? And the man that the Bible celebrates, the man that God called the man after his own heart, the man that was personally handed by God all of his heart's desire, he gently sits up in the bed and he says this, the Spirit of the Lord spoke through me. His word was on my tongue. The God of Israel spoke, and the Rock of Israel said to me, when one rules over people in righteousness, when he rules in the fear of God, he's like the light of the morning at sunrise on a cloudless morning, like the brightness after rain that brings grass from the earth. If my house were not right with God, surely he would not have made me an everlasting covenant, arranged and secured in every part. Surely he would not bring to fruition my salvation and grant me my every desire. But evil men are all to be cast aside like thorns, which are not gathered with the hand. Whoever touches thorns uses a tool of iron or the shaft of a spear. They are burned up where they lie. Whew, you guys feel that power? The theme of David's final words to us is simply this. The most important thing in your life, whether you know it now, later, or never, is to make your one unchanging passion to be with God. And I'm not talking about going to heaven, guys, which we definitely need that. We crave that. I'm talking about right here, right now, on this earth today, your single, most greatest, unchanging passion to be with God. And this is the type of advice that cuts across your entire existence right now. This is the type of advice that saves marriages, restores relationships, creates hearts that worship Him in spirit and in truth, snags the devil when he's trying to snag you. This is the type of advice that helps you spiritually grow in your faith. The secret of David's life is there is no plan, no source, and no scheme that you can come up with on your own that will actually give you what he said in the bottom of verse 5. Let me see if I can back it up. I'll read it to you if I can't find it. Verse 5. I'll just say it. The fruition of your salvation and your every heart's desire. Let's go back to it. And I really think that David is whispering to you right now, and you guys forgive me, I really want to preach this so bad. I really feel like David is trying to tell you right now that the secret to life is, whether you know it or not, your heart's greatest desire is actually God. Let that pause for a minute. Your hearts, you probably don't know very well. Maybe I'm stepping on your toes. I don't know. What your heart truly desires. And old wise man David is like, it desires God. I'm speaking from experience. Do you think your heart is begging you for happiness? Happiness is just a thing. Do you think your heart is begging you for passion and purpose and freedom and peace and maybe a balance on your schedule? Guys, those are just things. And I believe what David is trying to help us with right now is he's trying to tell us from experience, your heart, listen to me, church, is not begging you for another thing. It's begging you for a source. Hey, listen to me. At this church, here's what I want to start doing. If something hits y'all, if I'm helping in any way, y'all help me preach this. Give me a little encouragement this way, okay? Because that helps me preach, and I want to tell you, we're doing this together. The guy up here, your heart's not begging you for another thing. It's begging you for a source. And that was the secret to David's life. That was the secret that we've all been wondering probably of why God called him a man after God's own heart. And I believe that's why David could be happy in a wilderness just like he could a palace. I think that's why David could be happy in a wilderness just like he could his palace, because his desire for God was his source, and that went everywhere with him. You guys with me on this? I love it. Maybe you just need to hear this, church. David is a living example of how drawing close to God is not based on your performance. Yes, David is a living example of how drawing close to God. Dude was a murderer and still called the man after God's own heart. How is that possible? We need that answered before we get out of this series. Like, how is that possible? And I believe it's because his single greatest unchanging passion in life was to simply be with God. Yes, we can do it. Y'all encourage me. Come what may. This should be setting somebody free right now, and I'll tell you why. Because we can judge ourselves with even harsher criteria than even God does. God's a whole lot kinder to you than you are to yourself a lot of times. Man, they don't like me. I'm not a people person, and people don't like me. I go to bed, I didn't sound good enough today. I didn't look good enough today. I didn't do good enough today. And I wonder if David is saying to you, it's not about what you call you. It's about what God calls you, and he calls you masterpiece. Yeah. Yes. He calls you masterpiece. I can hear David saying to somebody, would you just take me at my word on this one? Just take me at my word, okay? I'm at the end of my life. Just take one of these at my word today. God is the only unchanging passion that's worth your heart. Make that one your greatest one. And I want you to hear how intense David believed this and modeled it for you. Man, tell me this doesn't hit you right in the heart. Oh God, this is David. You are my God. Earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you, as in a dry and weary land where there is no water. Do you guys know that song? As the deer I shouldn't be doing that. For the water. That's David, right? You know that song? As the deer longs for the flowing streams. This is David. So my soul longs after you, God. That's what old wise man David is trying to pass to you, youngin'. That's country, David. We can be country in the South. It's okay. God was not just a thing to David. You understand? He wasn't just a thing to David. He was a source. But here's the catch, guys. David decided that God was going to be the source. Like you can decide, this is going to be my source. And I believe truly that that's what set him apart from all other kings in the Old Testament. The next king after David was Solomon. Solomon was the son of David. And you guys probably already know this, but Solomon was one of the wisest, richest kings maybe ever. Go back and read some of what that dude had. You'll probably start getting envious. Okay, but I love how this commentary put it, and it should put it in perspective for you and me on why David was set apart from even Solomon. The difference between David and Solomon was found in their different relationships with God. David's passion in life was what? Was simply to be with God. While Solomon's passion in life, find yourself in this, guys, where Solomon's passion in life was just personal improvement. What is your greatest passion in life, church? I know on the end of the series we're getting a little intense, and I love it. We're going deep. What is your passion in life?
Following God's path.
There we go. I love it. What is your passion in life? Because God told David, when you rule in righteousness, when you rule with fear and respect for me, that is how you live your best life. And just to be clear, this is the how. Because David was ruling a kingdom, but what do you rule? You rule your heart. Come on, throat. You rule your relationships. You rule in your marriage some. You rule in your parenting. And God told David, when you rule in righteousness, fear, and respect, and in awe of me, this, I'll just read it to you. This is what the Bible, this is how God phrases your best life. This is what's going to happen. Listen, you will be like, this is verse 4, the light of the morning at sunrise on a cloudless morning, like the brightness after rain that brings grass from the earth. That's Bible talk, for this is how you live your best life. When you rule your life with God's righteousness in awe and respect of Him. Church, in a world that's constantly changing their opinion of truth, in a world that's constantly changing their opinion of what a good life even is, I can almost hear David whispering to you and me, you're never going to be pointed in the direction of the one true best life until God becomes your compass, until God becomes your true north, and God becomes your greatest passion in life. I think that David figured out and is telling you on this last series, God is predictable. Let that ring in. God is predictable. I think that if he was right here, right now, he would say there were moments in my life where I ruled with God. And there were moments in my life where I ruled without Him. And when I ruled with Him, I could slay giants. And when I ruled without Him, I got innocent people killed. I think that's what David would say to us. I think he would say, when I ruled with God and my heart stayed on Him and my passion was Him and I moved with God, let's just say it as simply as possible, guys. My life was awesome. It was awesome. I want to slow down for a second. I actually got you guys something. We're going to pass it out. This is a little memorabilia for being in the last sermon of the life of David. You guys grab your compass. He's going to be passing them out. Did you know the first compass was a magnetic spoon in China on a plate? I thought that was really cool. This was the very first compass. A magnetic spoon in China on a plate. The compass kicked off the age of exploration because it made it to where sailors could finally know where they were going. You with me on this? Everybody grab a compass. Let's see where I'm at here. Yes. Has everybody got one? Here we go. Raise your hand if you don't have one. There we go. All right. I'm slowing down because I want you to hear what I have to say and not be distracted by the pass out. We live in a time, and church, I think you know this, where even our faith family in some areas are starting to make up their own truths and directions on what marriage is, what gender is, what responsibility is, what love is, and the list goes on. It hurts me, but it's true. There's even a section of what we called our brotherhood at one point in time that's saying the Bible is not the holy inspired word of God anymore. And I believe with all of my heart that the reason that's happening is because when you have the wrong passion, you have the wrong direction. When you have the wrong passion, you are pointed in the wrong way and you are moving down the wrong direction. The Apostle Matthew said it like this. He said, wherever your treasure is, which I'm calling passion, wherever your passion is, there the desires of your heart will be also. So here's what I want you to do moving forward. Every time you look at this compass that's in your hand, I want you to remember my treasure, My passion, my direction, my true north is simply God. If we just did that walking out of here today, we have won the day. We have won the day. And I found this online for you guys. I thought it was an amazing description. This is not Bible, by the way. This is probably ChatGPT or something. It's the internet. This is a definition of what passion is in our time. A passion life is a strong, enduring interest or enthusiasm that provides a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's more than a mere hobby. It's a powerful driving force that motivates you to invest significant time and energy. It can even feel like a core part of your identity and often leads to a state of focused enjoyment where time seems to fly. Church, this is where David's heart was. It's where he had God. I started my moving company about 10 years ago. And I would absolutely love to tell you that I started it with the most noble of intentions. But if I'm being completely honest, one of my greatest passions to start that moving company is I wanted the title. My oldest brother had the title military. My second oldest brother had the title lawyer. And when you got to the third Barry boy of the family, there wasn't much of a title there. And I thought, I want to be introduced going forward as the big, bad businessman Barry. I want to be the big, bad businessman Barry. Successful businessman of the Barry family. That's who I want to be. And I was chasing that title. And you know what I added the fourth crew to my moving company? It was because I got the title, and it became my greatest passion, and I was pointed down that direction anyways. So I remember actually thinking to myself, I'm headed down this road. What else am I going to do with my life? Might as well expand. I mean, what else is there? I'm headed down that way anyways. My compass is pointed down. Now listen, church, I can quote scripture with the best of them. 1 Timothy 5:8, anyone doesn't provide for their relatives, especially their own family, is worse than an unbeliever and has lost their faith. And that's true. If you're a well-bodied, able person not providing for your family, something's off. We need to talk about that. Get to work. Okay? But when work, stay with me on this one, might change a life. When work, let me say it a different way. Yeah, I think you know what I'm about to say. Work was never designed to be the driving force. Y'all see I'm pulling it off? Yep. Work was never designed to be the driving force that motivates your life. The thing that feels like your core identity. The thing that provides a deep sense of purpose. I'm just going off of this. Purpose and fulfillment for you. And if that is what work has become for you, like it did for me, I want to tell you, church, you've missed the entire message of the Bible. That role was always meant for God. Let's go. That role was meant for God. So God could be the wind in your sails. So God could be the needle of your compass. So God could direct your steps. So God could bring you, like he did David, your heart's desires. So God could give you the courage to hug your spouse when you've got the right to be mad and walk away from her. So God could give you hope when the enemy comes with your message of hopelessness. I think it's enough today to not have to unpack every little detail and every little how. I honestly feel like it's enough today to just take your compass and say, starting right now, my greatest passion in life will be like David's, and it's simply to be with God. I think that's enough just for today. We'll do another one next week. But I think for today, it's enough to just take your compass and say, starting now, my greatest passion in life is to simply be with God. And David said, if my house, I'm reading verse 5, if my house were not right with God, surely he would not have made me an everlasting covenant, arranged and secured in every part. Surely he would not bring to fruition my salvation and grant me my every desire. Let's go back to our definition online and see if this hits you in a cool way. It really did me. Could you make God, church, your enduring interest or enthusiasm for your activities that provides a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment for you. Am I speaking to a heart right now? Am I speaking to a heart? Could you make God more than a hobby? Yes. Could you make God the powerful driving force that motivates you to invest significant time and energy into something? Could you make God your core identity? Church, I want you to take David on this final sermon on the David series at his word. That's how you live your best life. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Because God is predictable. And it is as simple as this. With him is the best, without him is the worst. It's that simple. With him is the best, without him is the worst. Best, worst, best, worst. Yes, I got one hand up. Let's go. Thank you. Let's get the lights turned down. Let's get the music, and I want you guys to hold out your compass for me. Anybody that can. Somebody grab the lights for me. Hold out your compass for me. Hold it way out, way out. There we go, thank you. Laura, you're the best. Hold out that compass. God viewed David as the best king of Israel. And he was a liar, a murderer, a thief, consumed with lust and other sinful passions. But do you know what his secret was? Do you know what his secret was? His secret that he wants to pass to you is that his one greatest, unchanging passion in life was simply to be with God. Yep. I'll let you put it down here in 1 second, but every time you look at this compass after this service, I just want you to look at it either in your head, your heart, or literally out loud. I just want you to look at it and go, I want to be with God. God is my direction. God is the needle of my compass. Y'all can put him down now. Yeah, yes. Needs to be a t-shirt. That's what needs to happen. Every time, hey, let's be the first church that actually takes something home from church and has it a year from now. Let's be the first church that's ever done that. Every time you put this somewhere other people can see it. Hang it on your rear view mirror. That way when somebody jumps in the car with you, they go, what's this compass right now? And you go, I just want to be with God. I just want to be with God. I just want to be with God. I think that's enough today. Walking out of here just going, nothing else, if everything else fell apart, I just want to be with God. I've absolutely loved this series. I want to thank you guys for coming. And I want to ask you today to make God your one true north. Make God your one true direction. Because, church, this is what set David apart from all the other kings. And this is what sets you apart from the world. This is what sets you apart from the world. This world is not your home. You don't live here. You're just passing through. God's the needle to your compass, and God is the one true, unchanging passion of your life. If you want to give your life to Christ, let's talk after this. He is the best thing that will ever happen to you. If you haven't pledged your life to him in baptism, guys, it is so time. You will not, nobody that authentically has ever been baptized has come up out of those waters regretting it. They've come up excited to be a part of the family that's going to heaven. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Thank you for the David series. Can't wait to see you next week. Have a good week.